Good morning. So, is dairy bad for you? Is dairy bad for you? Do I need it? Can I get all the calcium from spinach and broccoli? A question I had the other day, someone asked based on something they've seen on social media. And I wanted to come in and go through this, wait for it, movement to move away from dairy, which there seemed to be a little bit, maybe a few years back. It seems to be kind of passing a bit now, actually, especially with the whole thing about gut health, fermented foods, Greek yogurt, research on cheese, which I will go into, which cheese lovers, you're gonna love me today. So which brings me to today, because the thing with dairy, and I think you can't just say, oh, we just need to get rid of dairy. Like, that's like painting a brush. Like, that's like saying, I watched one film and all films are rubbish, I think. And this is the reason, is because dairy is so varied. You've got butter, which is like super high in fat, saturated fat, but also very low in protein and sugar. So in terms of allergies and tolerances, it's going to have different effect on different people. Then you've got Greek yogurt, which is fermented. You've got cheeses, which are fermented, full of good bacteria, high levels of calcium, good sources of protein. You've then got full fat milk, low fat milk, bulk milk, skim milk, semi-skim milk, fermented milk, kefir, all having potentially different effects. So let's break down the research here. So what does the research say? Well, cheese and yogurt, like fermented dairy, is associated with a 12% reduction in cardiovascular disease risk, which is pretty good. There seems to be a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease amongst Swedish populations with high intakes of, wait for it, you're gonna love me, cheese. And the research that this is accounted for with their high dairy calcium intakes from eating so much cheese. Everyone's going to go, yes, I just love to eat some cheese for breakfast. There is also some evidence, more on cheese, that the fat in cheese does not seem to have the same impact on cholesterol and lipid profiles, our blood fat, than that is found in butter, with some evidence that cheese can even lower bad cholesterol. Interesting. You've also got higher levels of dairy associated with a 14% reduction in type 2 diabetes risk, whether that's down to the hunger, stabilizing effect of blood sugar levels, who knows. Calcium is also associated with good weight loss. So interesting how that's maybe linked. We've then got calcium from dairy seeming to be more beneficial on bone density than calcium from supplements, which is an interesting one. There also seems to be a reduced risk of certain cancers like colon cancer and breast cancer, but there may be some increase in risk of potentially prostate in certain populations, and in breast cancer in certain populations as well. So that one again is an interesting one. Dairy is a great source of potassium, magnesium, B vitamins, zinc, phosphorus, selenium, creatine, protein, all nutrients that are minerals that if you do cut dairy out, we've got to think, where are we getting these from? And that's an important thing. So you can also get like calcium from broccoli, kale, bok choy, spinach. But what I will say is the absorption varies due to oxalates and phytates in plants, which do compromise their absorption. So just to put it simply, like broccoli would, because it's lower in oxalates, this would be a better source of absorbed calcium than, say, spinach, just to give an example. So, what is on a plant tin, if you like, what it says on the tin isn't always what's absorbed. So the question really is not, is dairy bad for you, but rather, if I'm not going to have it, where am I getting these nutrients from? Where am I getting magnesium, selenium from? Where am I getting my calcium, my B12 from, my creatine from? Is it meat? Is it eggs? Is it broccoli for your calcium? Can you eat enough without getting gut distress? Is it fortified cereals, but is that too moreish and you end up overeating the sugars? Is it supplements? These are the questions that you want to ask. So I hope that got you thinking today. And any questions on that, do let me know, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.